Today is October the 14th, 2022. Incidentally, 28 years to the day since the Tigers last won their last World Series championship. And we're no closer now than we were to another one then. Today is going to be flight number 2. I really enjoyed watching the video from yesterday. It was kind of cool, and it's going to be fun, I think, to see how things sort of progress, how I get a little more comfortable with flying the DJI Avata, or Avata, I guess is how they're pronouncing it on their website. Today, the goal is to still get a little more comfortable with this little drone and this little handset. I learned you can control the drone and the camera, I think. It's either the drone or the camera or both just by simply turning your head. That's really cool, I think. Not sure. It was weird because I felt myself kind of fighting, turning my head to look around, from the perspective of this little camera on the drone. And then doing this at the same time. It's like two things going on at once to control this thing. And it was kind of doing a little bit of this. So today I want to kind of get a better idea of exactly how that works, get a better feel for it, and to see if I even like the head control thing. I'm not sure I do. Because I'm more of a curious observer rather than a pilot when I'm up there. So I want to look around. You're 100, 200 feet up in the air. You want to look at the view, right? And I'm not sure that's such a good idea. Give you a better idea of the size of this guy. It's small. It's a tiny little dude. And it's not as quick as a lot of drones. DJI has another first-person view drone called the FPV. It's a lot bigger and a lot faster. That thing goes up to 87 miles an hour. This one, not quite. I think it only goes up to around 60. But it's still plenty fast enough. And the size of this, the profile of it makes it really good for going in and around. Like internal investigations is how they bill it. Like you could take this thing, you could drop it into an abandoned building and look for things. I think that's really cool. I don't need a lot of speed. I'm not really interested in racing or anything like that. But if I ever do any other traveling, this could be really cool. I'm thinking specifically of that place, the hostel that Chris had down in Peru. I could have flown this up to this glacier lake. I'll have to dig some pictures out to show you. But, yeah. So I want to get really familiar with this. I want to get really, really comfortable with it. I'd like to get to the point where I could fly it through like little tiny spaces comfortably and not feel like I'm going to smash it up. So, here we go. First things first. I have the AirPod in today, so I can actually talk to the camera and let you know what I'm doing without you just looking at my cute geriatric ass. So, you turn this thing on. You got 3 things you got to turn on. You've got the goggles, you've got the drone, and of course this thing, they all pair automatically if everything's good. The thing I don't like is that I have to take my glasses off. I can't put my glasses on inside here, but it's fine because the lenses on the inside do adjust for people with. So first things first, put the goggles on, know where everything is. So there's that. Kind of wonky in this sense because you got to put the goggles on to see that everything is kind of connected. All right, we're good there. And this is my little landing pad for the drone. It's the cover of the septic system. But it's kind of cool. It looks like a little drone helo pad. I like it. All right, there goes the propellers. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. Connecting to DJI Avata. That looks good. Power state, normal mode. Home point updated. That's good. I can't figure out how to start the damn engines. I did this yesterday. Yay! I finally got it going.
I saw the plane, the front portion of the plane, come straight down to the earth. It just went straight down.
Things were really going wrong. I would assume straight from takeoff. We actually caught sight of a very, very large, probably 30, 40 foot sheet of flame coming from the engine as it lifted above off the airfield, and this continued to get worse and worse.
We cannot at this time explain the circumstances that were occurring on Flight 990 that resulted in the flight profile.
A white Ford Bronco northbound in Anaheim. In that Ford Bronco is O.J. Simpson with a gun to his head. It was just a short time ago that O.J. called the CHP on his cell phone telling them he was going to commit suicide. The California Highway Patrol says they have a... If you look into the window of the car, you can see the gun to his head. Police are staying some distance back. They've closed down the entire freeway.
Systems supporting key parts of the infrastructure, electric powers and financial networks, air traffic control and other major transportation systems are well prepared for the year 2000.
Zero. Cities of the world woke up.
The most difficult time for a problem like this to occur. Quickly, it became clear to us after we had time to review it that the course of action was to retain the lunar module and to swing on around the moon and to prepare to do a maneuver which would in effect shorten the return time back to the Earth.
Apollo 13, this is recovery, over. Recovery, I have astronaut Hayes aboard. His condition is excellent.
We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
Roger, roll, Challenger. We have a report relayed through the flight dynamics officer that the vehicle has exploded. We are now looking at all the contingency operations and awaiting word from any recovery forces in the downrange field.
I know it's hard to understand, but sometimes painful things like this happen. It's all part of the process of exploration and discovery. It's all part of taking a chance and expanding man's horizons. The future doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave.
Just want to say, can we all get along? Can we get along? Can we stop making it horrible for the older people and the kids?
All the folks agree that this is terrible. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world. It's like 400 or 500 feet into the sky, and it's a terrific crash, ladies and gentlemen. It's smoke and it's flames now, and the frame is crashing to the ground, not quite to the mooring mast. All the humanity and all the passengers screaming around it. I can't talk, ladies and gentlemen.
Lakehurst, New Jersey. The German dirigible Hindenburg is on fire. How serious is the blaze cannot be determined at this time, but it is reported that the entire ship is involved. This bulletin is from the Press Radio Bureau.
First thing first, the physiology of this. Wearing these first-person goggles, you get dizzy. You've got this thing, I mean, it's not completely immersive. This isn't a 3D experience. It's 2D. It's like watching a big movie screen. But you are like, especially at those high speeds, and your mind almost physically feels the G's you're pulling. I don't physically feel it, but almost. It's like this sensation, like you get this sensation of dizziness. And I keep wanting to turn my head to look around. And a guy thinks it's more physically stimulating than I thought it would be. And there's something very cool about swooping through over the trees and going out over those trees over there and close to the roof of the house and out over the street and through the neighborhood and all that. I'm not really all that comfortable with the range of this thing yet because it's only the second time I've used it. So I don't know how far I'm really comfortable letting this thing go and how high I'm really willing to take it, especially today since it's a little breezy. I don't know how, since it's so light, how it's going to perform in a really high wind. But once you get a feel for this thing, using this, it's really cool with those goggles on because it does. It feels like you have a throttle in your hand once you kind of adapt to it. And I think this may be a better experience. You may be better, more tuned into it sitting down in a chair, like you're in a pilot seat. You may be better off, and maybe that'll help with the physicality of it. I don't know. The battery life still sucks. It's terrible. It says 18 minutes. You're not getting anywhere near 18 minutes on that damn thing. You just saw it landed itself. It said low battery, return to home, and it came pretty close to where I set it up, within a few feet. I'll take that. The upstairs stuff, when I went up and flew it up, right up to the windows up there, I feel like I was about that far away from it, but I didn't feel like I had a risk of slamming into anything. It was really easy to just sort of ease it in and out, ease it in and out. And I think that's what they were talking about as far as sort of investigations, like investigating abandoned buildings or certain unsafe areas. You could fly this little drone in and look at it. Well, this is small enough, and it's protected enough with the prop guards, where this is only the third time I've ever flown a drone. And the first time, I destroyed one in Lake Winnewaukee over there. A little puddle into that tree a couple of years ago. So, third time I've flown it, and I felt really comfortable because of these things. And even though that I don't really know what I'm doing, where I could just bump up against it, and I know that I'm not going to hurt anything, window included. So that's nice. I think if those propellers were naked, I think I'd be a lot more tentative than I was. So, overall, I mean, it's a lot of fun to fly. But the more adventurous you get with it, the quicker you fly, the more you hit the throttle. It's like gas, right? The more power you're using, the quicker you're going to drain that battery. And that's what this is for, right? That first-person experience to kind of zoom, 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 zip through things. So, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that these batteries are like $129 a piece. And this is something, too, that I learned yesterday. If you're going to get one of these things, you don't want to go get knockoff batteries. That's fine for a camera. Like, I have several third-party batteries that I bought for my Canon. I don't mind using those. If a battery fails, I lose a picture. A battery fails in a drone? What's going to happen? You're 200 feet in the air, 2 miles away. What's going to happen? Where's your drone once that battery fails? Now, so you're going to you do what you want. It's your money. But for my money, and for me, I'm going to be buying DJI's very own batteries, their own batteries for this thing. So, and I'll probably, eventually I might even get it from either from Best Buy or I'll get it directly from DJI because I don't want to risk fucking around with knockoffs. So, I like this. This is fun. I don't know what to do with it yet. If anything, I know that if I ever go traveling down in Central South America again or anywhere else, I'm going to want to take this. It'll invite its own challenges itself, but that's fun. It really is, especially with these goggles, man. That's really cool. It's really cool to experience it in real time. It would be really neat to go in, film it like doing the little joystick thing and watching it on your screen would be neat. And then you go upload it on the computer. Oh, that's cool. Doing it in real time with that thing on and having the drone and the experience react to your motions in real time, you feel like you're flying. This is cool. I get the allure of this. Yeah. So flight number 3. I don't know how to up this. I think I need more space. I think I may have to take it somewhere else, but I think I probably would be smart for me to maybe tomorrow bring it back out here, do this one more time, and make sure that I'm a lot more comfortable with it. Although I felt pretty good there at the end. I feel like I need to understand the reactivity of it, the handling of it, how close I can get to things, how quickly it's going to react, how quickly I can approach something and turn and still not slam into it. But that comes with time. And I guess maybe that also comes with maybe using the external video like this to see how the drone acts in space rather than just in the goggles. That makes sense? Like three-dimensional space. the feel like driving, when you're driving a car and you're looking around, you've got all of your senses sort of active. You've got your physical senses, the fluids moving around in your body so you can feel the G's and you know what the car is doing. You can kind of tune in to where you have to turn and how fast you're slow you need to be going so you can turn and still not slam into something. That's a physical thing. It's a physical thing. And you don't get that with goggles, right? But you would get a little bit more of that, I think, if you were watching it in 3 dimensions rather than 2. So in other words, you're watching the drone handle itself over here. I don't know. I really don't know how to do that, how to combine the two, but there really isn't any way. You can climb on the fucking drone and fly it, right? Literally plant your ass on one of these things, become a pilot. So, yeah, I'm dreaming. But anyway, that was fun. So thanks for watching, I guess. Go Tigers. 28 years, long enough. See it.